channel. Today we will be doing an end of month flip for my Louis Vuitton medium ring or agenda. This is my on the go / weekly schedule planner for the month of July. And I don't think I'm going to keep it in my active rotation for August, and I'll go over that in this video. But we're gonna keep it set up. And again, I'll go over that in this video. So let me show y'all what was working, what didn't work, how the setup currently is for this month, and then kind of like my reasoning on like not using it right now. So I've mentioned, if you've been following me for a bit, I go into what I consider like consolidation modes. So I am a multi-planner user. That will never change. However, there are times where I might go from like 4 to 5 planners to 2 to 3 planners. Ever since I started using more than one planner, I don't think I've ever really went down to just one. There's usually something else being used. The only time I think where I used one planner is when we were moving from Texas to Washington, and I think it's because I had to. But at the same time, I think I was still using my pocket as a reference planner. So ultimately, it all depends on what's going on, and that's why I have end of month flips. It's just to keep y'all updated so we can see the layouts, right? The spreads, what works, what doesn't. Also, like, you know, when things change, because life changes and my planner needs to change to accommodate that. And so sometimes like this, it's just, I don't need this specific planner right now. Everything else is kind of set up to like fit my needs. However, I can easily bring it back if I feel like this is what I need. So we'll get into that. So let's go ahead, jump right in. And I'll have everything linked below that I can link, including discount codes. So this planner, like I said, this was the primarily like weekly planner. So I have these top tabs from May Paper Co. So I have 2 sets. So this first set, this first tab is the weekly agenda inserts. So cover, but it has the month on 2-page inserts from May Paper Co. And so these are dated. She has the 2025, 2026 options available on her shop and Amazon. I actually ordered some stuff from Amazon from her because she's on Amazon, which is really nice because she's in Australia. So it comes a lot quicker when you order them from Amazon if you're in the US. So those will be the links actually that I'll have. They'll be from like the Amazon links. But we have these, and so these are just a quick reference because it was like I was on the go. This is stuff that I need to reference. So this planner was just nice to be able to bring around if I need it. However, I just, as y'all can see, didn't really use it, haven't really set it up, and so I wasn't really referencing this. So that's one of the reasons why, like, when, you know, out of 6 tabs, this one wasn't really being used. So it's there if I need it because it's dated, but for now it's fine. Here is the 2025, 2026 weekly inserts that I ordered recently this month from her, and it's a week on 2 page, which I really love. So all of the weeklies have this cover page, and then what I really liked about this was that I've used similar styles to this. It worked for me for July. I just don't need all this space. I don't need 2 pages in August, I feel like. And again, that could change, but as of right now, I was kind of like not using it. So you can tell when I use something because you'll see all the stickers, you'll see all the activity, right? And then you'll see when it starts to become pen only, or you'll see less in it. That's usually when I like stop using it. And that's because it's just not working, which is fine because I can always come back if I need it. I know how this works. I know what my like type of week looks like when this does work, right? And so that's all I need. And then if I like really need a tracker, I'll probably try and bring these back. So with these, this was the first week of July, and so you have the week on 1 page over here, and then you have 2 separate lists. So you have number 1 and 2. This was anything that I needed to do. This was things that I needed to order, your tracker, and then general notes. And then continue to do that. I try not to put too much in the days unless it was stuff that like I just wanted to like track when I did it. For example, errands, because I feel like my errand day always varies. And so when I'm trying to plan like what I'm going to do it the following week, it's nice to know like when I did it this past week. Yeah, we have all this, and then here's where you can see I started to use it a little bit less. That's also because things just, we weren't as busy. Well, no, it's all I was actually pretty busy. And some of the stickers fell out, which is fine. But I didn't use the tracker. I didn't use the notes. I just put the like sticky note here. And I think it's just because the inserts just kind of stopped working. Because a lot of times too, I feel like when you try a new insert, you're really excited about it, right? And so like the first 2 weeks, even if it's not working, you kind of like make them work, or they might have just worked for that week, right? And so that's why I try to give it a full month. But again, I just, as you can see, it wasn't really in it. So this is the current week that I'm filming. Don't really have too much in. Because if you're not looking at like the sports, which is right, like not actual plans, but like I just wasn't really putting anything in here like I was when I was like actively in these. And then I also just noticed it's because I was gravitating towards other planners. So if I'm not in here, that's something that I kind of like assess at the end of the month. Is like, okay, so if I wasn't using this, what was I using? And so I went into my Mulberry, and then I honestly just more in my A5, which is why my A5 has my new weekly inserts in it. And that I think was the first video that went out for end of month flips. But I moved my weeklies back into my A5 because I thought it worked, and then it made sense with how that planner is currently set up and working in my system. So here is where we're currently at with the weeks. And like I said, I'm gonna remove the July and we'll have August. And that way too, if I wanna move back into it, I'm not gonna take everything out. I don't do that for the most part, based on like whatever the planner is. I'll keep this exact setup. I'll just have it on my desk on the side, but I'm just probably not gonna grab it. So my main, I'll have an updated planner system video, but this one's ultimately just gonna be removed. I might still use it because I have my reading log in here, but like when it comes to like the weekly planning and like active use, it's not gonna be in this planner for now, right? Everything's subject to change on this channel. I think I have the rest of the year in here. No, I have the quarter and then October in here for the inserts. And then the next section, again, this is what I primarily use it for, is my reading log. So I have this in here, and I really like this setup, and it's the full year. So if anything, I'll be using this planner for this. And then that is the first section. And then the second section, I have these project inserts. So this is my main project tabs. I don't really have that many projects that I'm working on, so that's why this isn't currently really being used. So I have this project list, and it's just supposed to be an overview. This was when I was trying to use it for content planning. And then this is for my dissertation, because like I said, this was for my reference. And so I have my academic planner section in my A5. This was for if I was on the go and I wanted to reference something. This was like an overview for both of these. So I have that. And I was just trying them out. But for the most part, nothing really is being used in here. So again, that's like another section that honestly hasn't been touched or used. I have my expense tracker in here. If you saw my other videos, I'm trying to find where I want to put my expenses, and I ordered these off of Amazon to try them, and it works, but since I'm not really using the planner, I didn't really touch it after this. So I really think I'm going to put them at my A6, if not my half letter. I don't know. I haven't fully decided yet. So this isn't working again right now. That doesn't mean it won't. That doesn't mean I won't come back to it. It's just not working. So that's already what, 3 full tabs, and then I just have a note insert in here. And so that's why I stopped using this planner, because I have pretty much every piece of this minus the reading log in other planners that are working better for me right now. So that's where we're at with this agenda. I still love it. I'll still probably move back to it, but it's just one of those things, right? Like I stopped using my Mulberry. Well, I stopped using my Mulberry because it was during the warranty exchange, but like I'll stop using random planners, right? At one point, I think I stopped using my A5 so I can work in here. It all depends, again, where I'm at, what I'm doing, what it looks like. But for now, it's just not working, so this is gonna be on the side of my desk. I still love it, still gonna keep the setup, but I don't know, it didn't work. Or I don't think it's gonna work for what I have for August, because things are gonna slow back down versus July. We had a little bit more plans and activity, which wasn't meant to happen, but it did. And so I think that's another reason too, because things are slowing down, I don't need that many planners to stay organized, right? And so that's just where we're at right now. That'll probably change, I wanna say probably in September or October, because it will start traveling then, but yeah. Other than that, that is the medium ring agenda, and that is going to be it for this video. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to let me know, and thank you guys so much for watching.